Hello students, today we'll discuss about the difference between plant cell and animal cell. In the previous class we have discussed the basic structure of a cell. Basic structure or the cell organelles present in a cell. Cell organelles inside in the center there is a nucleus, prominent nucleus. Inside that a small granulus, small oval structure which is the nucleolus, and the nucleus contains the chromatin fibers. Nuclear envelope is having small minute pores in it, and these minute pores are the nuclear pores for to allow the movement of substances from in and out of the cell. Outside the nucleus there is these double membranous structure, irregular structures. These irregular structures are termed as the endoplasmic reticulum. If these structures are are covered with or having certain granular substances attached to it, these granular substances, which are the ribosomes or the protein factories of the cell, they are responsible for the synthesis of protein. So the ribosomes are termed as protein factories. Ribosomes, if they are attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, this irregular structure is the endoplasmic reticulum, and if the ribosomes are attached to it, then it is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. If the condition when ribosomes are absent, then it is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Then the powerhouse of the cell, mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, as it is the steps. Respiration involves two steps, which is the Krebs cycle, or before this is the glycolysis and Krebs cycle. Glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell, while Krebs cycle takes place in the mitochondria. So mitochondria. After this step, there is the release of energy in the form of ATP. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. So energy is released in the form of ATP from the mitochondria. So mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Nucleus is responsible for the transmission of genetic characters or the inheritance of the characters from parent to offspring. The nucleus is responsible for that, and this double membranous or the sac-like structures, flattened sac-like structures stacked one above the other to form the Golgi body. Golgi body, which is basically responsible for the packaging of the substances produced, packaging of the substances delivered out from the nucleus. So they are responsible for the packaging and the secretion of substances. Then is the this chloroplast. This a prominent vacuole. Cell wall, inner membrane is the cell membrane. This is the basic structure which we have discussed in the previous class. Today we will discuss the difference between plant cell and animal cell, and the differences would be based on structural differences, that is the cell wall, centrosome, vacuoles, plastids, and the quantitative differences, that is the size of the cell, then cytoplasm, amount of cytoplasm present, arrangement of cytoplasm in the cell. So let's start with the first topic, that is the cell wall. For the structural difference, cell wall, as you can see in the animal cell and plant cell, the basic differences in this, the membrane is a single, there is a single envelope which is the cell membrane, and in this there is two coverings. One is the cell membrane, and the cell membrane is again surrounded by a covering, that is the cell wall. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. Cell wall is present in plant cell only. In animal cell, cell wall is absent. So the first difference based on the cell wall is in animal cell wall is absent. In plant cell wall is present. Second thing is centrosome. As you can see the structure here. Two centrioles. Centrioles are packed together to form the centrosome during cell division. During cell division, when the cell division process takes place, these centrioles start moving apart to the opposite poles of the cell. So the role of centriole is at the time of cell division. These centrioles or centrosomes are absent in case of plant cell. So the second major difference is the presence of centrosome. First was the cell wall present in plant cell, absent in animal cell. Centrosome present in animal cell, absent in plant cell. Next is the vacuole. Vacuole, the size of the vacuole. Vacuole is the prominent vacuole. It occupies almost a major portion of the cell in plant cell, while in case of animal it is very minute structure. So the basic difference is prominent vacuole in case of plant cell. In animal cell it may be present or absent, or when they are present they are very small in size. Then plastids. Plastids, chloroplast is present in plant cell. This we all know because chloroplast is responsible for the process of photosynthesis. It contains a pigment, that is a chlorophyll pigment, green in color. So chloroplast is plastid. Plastids present in a plant cell, absent in animal cell. Plastid is chloroplast, chromoplast, leucoplast, which is present in case of plant cell to give color to the leaf due to chloroplast, color to the flower or fruit, chromoplast, white coloration by the leucoplast. Then is the next quantitative difference. Quantitative difference is based on the size. Size of the cell, I have drawn almost same size, but just you must remember this. The size of the animal cell is comparatively smaller than the plant cell. Comparatively smaller than the plant cell. Cytoplasm, amount of cytoplasm in this major portion is occupied by the vacuole. So amount of cytoplasm is less in plant cell, more in animal cell. Arrangement of cytoplasm. Since the vacuole occupies almost more than half or 3/4 part of the cell, so the cytoplasm is pushed towards the periphery. So the arrangement of cytoplasm is arranged towards the periphery, while in case of animal cell they occupies the major portion of the animal cell. This is the arrangement of cytoplasm, and this is all about the differences structural differences. Cell wall, which is present in plant cell, absent in animal cell. Centrosome, present in animal, absent in plant cell. Vacuoles, prominent vacuole in plant, smaller in animal or absent in animal cells. Plastids, chloroplast, present in plant cell, absent in animal cell. Quantitative difference, size of the animal cell is comparatively smaller than plant cell. Cytoplasm, major cytoplasm is more in amount in animal cell, less in plant cell. Arrangement of cytoplasm is towards periphery in case of plant cell. It occupies the most of the part in animal cells. So it is towards the periphery in plants, and most of the portion is occupied in the animal cell by the cytoplasm. So this is all about the today's topic. In the next class, we'll discuss about the cell organelles, like cell organelles and their function. Nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic. What is their role in the plant cell? This is an important question from this chapter, difference between plant cell and animal cell. Basically, what we do is we are learning the differences. So just draw the diagram, and based on the diagram, like this, you just make the points, and then you just clarify that cell wall, it is present in a plant. So first of all, you have to draw the diagram. more you practice the diagram, you are more clear about the differences of the plant cell and animal cell. Thank you for today.